Hello. This video which I'm doing is not an official video. So this is because many 2025 students ask me what to do, how to study in these couple of days. So this is a rough plan which I prepared for my students, for my paper class students, for all the subjects. Right, okay. So basically, you have around 40 days, I think. So in these 40 days, what you should do and what you should not do, okay, within these 40 days. So basically, this is the plan for physics. Now, mainly, now you can't do all the past papers. You also always should give priority to the past papers. Mainly, you should be able to complete the past papers from 2019 to 2024. So here I have said how to do that. Do all 50 MCQs from each year. Do all the structured essays except 2024. The reason is 2024 structured essays are not going to repeat again. And as you all know, in physics there are 10 essays per paper. So if you choose 6 out of it, the thing is, now anyways you are going to write 4 essays in your exams, so you might have already chosen what are the 4 that you are going to write. Maybe electricity, mechanics and heat, and maybe another one, maybe properties of matter. Maybe they are your 4 main chosen essays, but you have to practice for another 2 to have as backups, because we can't expect all the 4 essays to be easy. Okay, so therefore you have to practice 6 essays from each paper. So total it's going to be 36 essays. So you have to divide this according to the number of days. Now, for example, in this week, if you're planning to do both 2019 and 2020 papers, okay, for example, you can do on Monday you can do 2019 50 MCQs along with maybe 4 structured essays in 2020. Okay, and then on Tuesday you can do another 6 essays from 2019. So the 2019 part is completed, and then 2019 part is not completed. And then on Wednesday maybe you can do 4 structured essays from 2019, so that the 2019 is completed. And maybe you can take a break on Thursday from physics, and then on Friday you can do the 6 essays from 2020. That's how you separate and do it without making it feel drained. Okay, and also if possible try 2011 and 2015 full papers. Okay, and apart from that you have to revise the practical handbook, because practical handbook is really required. And then Anuradha's tea time sessions, I highly encourage you to participate, because it's really helpful for you to score well, in especially in MCQs as well as in structured essays. And also, as you all know, there will be term tests, the final term test these days. So select around 2 to 3 provinces and try those provincial papers. Maybe you don't have to sit and do it from A to Z. Just go through the questions so that you have a rough idea on how this time's paper is going to be, because mostly the final term test papers, they are guessing this will come in the final exams and only they are making the paper. So it's better to go through few final term test papers of few provinces. Okay, yeah, so that is for physics. Apart from that, you can revise the theory of properties of matter and radiation frequently, and also magnetic fields and stuff, because it has a lot of theory that you can forget. In even capacitors, now capacitors was a nightmare for me. Okay, so likewise you can do for physics. And then if I come to chemistry, right, chemistry 50-day plan. So theory revision is a must in chemistry. At least once a week revise inorganic theory, revise all the organic 18 mechanisms at least once a week, and also industrial chemistry theory at least once a week. These are very important, because they ask questions directly from this theory, especially in MCQs. Okay, and apart from that, you have to refer the resource book for unit 1, 4 and 5, and also refer the graphs of kinetics and equilibrium. These sections are very important for you to score well in MCQs. Okay, and also revise the past papers and do the past papers from 2019 to 2024, the new syllabus past papers. If possible, attend Amila's midnight sessions, and those who are writing Amila's exam target papers, it's really good. If you have time, try it, or as at least the last 3 exam target papers, even if you don't write, try to get it from a friend and just go through it, because they guess this will come in the exam, only they make the paper. Okay, so that's for chemistry. And then comes biology. So for biology, what you should do, biology, at least you should study the theory every day now, every day. And apart from that, okay, specifically now you have 40 days. So in the 40 days, the last 10 days you should mainly study biology. In the last 10 days, if you are studying 11 hours a day, 7 hours or 8 hours should be given for biology. Okay, within this last 10 days you have to go through all your resource book A to Z, all your resource books A to Z. Okay, so basically now understand the fact that you have only 30 days, to go through all physics, chemistry and biology, because the last 10 days you have to study biology A to Z once again. Okay, and also in the last 10 days go through the past papers 2019-2024, especially the MCQs and the structured essays. If you have written reviews for MCQs, it's better to go through that as well. And also the practicals in biology are important, especially unit 4, unit 2 practicals and unit 9 practicals. So refer to your biology practical handbook, and if you have no understanding about those practicals, there are many demonstrated videos in YouTube. You can go through that as well. Okay, so basically now suppose now actually this is not the time for you to chase behind classes. You have to do a lot of self study at this last moment. Please don't chase behind classes. The number of classes is not directly proportional to your results. Okay, sometimes it can be even inversely proportional to your results because you don't have time to study. Apart from that, now how can you schedule a day? Because most people ask how to schedule a day. Okay, suppose you wake up at around 5 o'clock. Okay, 5 a.m. minimum you have to wake up at 5 a.m. Okay, have around 5 hours of sleep. That depends from person to person. That's up to you because you all are not kids. Okay, I don't have to point out everything to you. You all have an understanding, right? So basically maybe from 5:15 to 7:15 you can have a biology session. And then 5:15 to 7:15, that is 2 hours. Okay, and then take a break for like 30 minutes, and from 7:45 to 9:45 you can try a 50 MCQ paper in physics. Okay, and then from 9:50 to 10:15 you can mark it and review it. And then so here almost 2 hours and 30 minutes maybe. Let's take it as 2 hours roughly. And then one session ends at 10:15, the other session starts at 10:45. Within that time you can have your breakfast, have a wash or whatever. And from 10:45 to maybe around 11:45 you can revise a certain theory, maybe a chemistry theory, let's say organic or inorganic, a certain part. Okay, so this 50 MCQ, let's say in physics. Okay, so here another 1 hour, now altogether 5 hours. Actually the number of hours doesn't matter. The quality of your self-studying time is what matters. And then maybe you can take a small break until 12:30 or 12:45. Maybe you start work at 12:45 again, and 12:45 to around 3:15 you can do 5 essays in physics. I'll say 5 essays in physics. Okay, and then from 3:15 to 3:30 you can take a break, and then at around 3:30 you can mark your essays until 4 o'clock. Okay, so here basically almost 3 hours of work is done. So altogether 2 plus 2 4, 5 and 8 hours work is done by 4 o'clock. And then let's say you start studying back again at 5 p.m. From 5 p.m. onwards, maybe, and from 5 to 6 you can do 4 structured essays in biology, 4 CQs in biology. So that's 1 hour there. And then from maybe 6 to 6:15 you can mark it, maybe 6 to 6:30 you can mark it. And then let's say you start the next session at 6:45 to 8:45 you can go with another session. Let's say 4 essays in chemistry. that's another session. So here also 2 hours, and then you take a break till 9:15. From 9:15 to 9:45 you mark the essays that you have done and correct your mistakes, and then maybe from 10 to 11 you can go through a quick revision of the entire day, and whatever the parts that you have made mistakes in doing papers, you can go through the theory quickly to have a quick revision, maybe 10 to 11 or 10 to 11:30. So let's roughly take it as 1 hour. So altogether here 2 plus 2 4 1 5, and then here 8 9, and then 10 11. So almost 12 hours of work is completed here. So this is how you plan your day. This is how you plan your day. Maybe this won't be, you won't be able to strictly follow this 100%, but at least by this time you should have a discipline of following this at least for around 80 to 90%. Okay, so this is a rough idea. Actually I'm so tired because I'm not used to this routine. I go to the faculty and come back. I'm so tired, but still I wanted to do this because a lot of juniors asked me. I hope this was helpful for you. If I hope this was helpful for you. And if you have any doubts, please call me. Don't message me because I rarely reply messages. I'm so lazy to do that. Call me anytime. If I'm free, I will answer, or else I'll call back. So that's it. Thank you for listening, and study well.